Hi everyone, it's Nancy with a flip through of my November Traveler's Notebook from 2021. I think the last video that I uploaded here was 3 or 4 years ago, which is unreal. At that time, I used to do 12 by 12 scrapbook layouts. That turned into Project Life, and Project Life has kind of morphed into this Traveler's Notebook size. This just fits the stage of our lives right now. I don't have little kids anymore. The kids are teenagers, and so I don't have quite as many photos, definitely not, and not as many small little stories. So this is what I'm doing. I wanted to share it just so you could see kind of my thought process, the types of stories that I tell, a little bit about design. So this Traveler's Notebook is from Coco Daisy. Now, when I work on these, I take them apart. They come stapled. That didn't work for me because my books kept falling apart because I scrap with a lot of dimension. And so I take the staples out. I did not put the staples back into this book. I got this cover from Studio Calico, and it comes with these little metal rods. You just put them in the center of the book and it holds the book together. So far so good. This one hasn't, I flipped through it a couple of times and I haven't had any really big problems with it. We'll see, as I use it, how it works out. But so far I like it. All right. I also remove pages. I think this one only has 12 double spread layouts, again because I scrap with so much dimension. I can't use I think it's 17 pages or 17 double-sided layout it comes with. Okay, so here is my intro. This was November's sort of like our transition month for sure. It starts out this way. We're still sitting outside and it's beautiful in the morning, and I love to watch the leaves turn in the back. But this only lasts for a couple weeks, and right after the middle of November, all of this furniture is gone and there are no leaves. And so I just wanted to capture this one spot where I read books, and I make sure I go outside every day to watch the leaves fall, because I know it doesn't last very long. So I just used a little 3x4 card. This is from Coco Daisy. I think all of this is, except for this. I believe this is Heidi Swap. And it's really simple. It's just 2 little lines of journaling because that's all it takes. I just wanted to capture this one place in time. Second one is about a walk that we take, and I happen to get them to pose for me. Look how happy my son is about that. On our walk, and I just wrote a little bit about being thankful for them. I really needed to get out of the house and take that walk, and they decided to come with me on a Sunday afternoon. So this is more about gratitude. Shows a little bit of that's the street right in front of our house. This one is about my favorite place to walk. There is a park behind our house and a forest. And I just love these red trees. And, again, this lasts like a week or 2 at most. And here you see that a lot of leaves are coming down. And so I mimicked that in the design, and I took these little die cuts that match the pattern paper that was in this Traveler's Notebook, and I just put 2 more here. I stamped it here. Life starts all over again when it gets crisp in the fall. And then just a little, this is Feed Your Craft, and a little label with a tiny bit of journaling. Bawochon. Bawochon is turkey. So this is my son and I seasoning the turkey. So basically, in my culture, I'm half Puerto Rican, half Cuban. We season a turkey the same way we do roast pig, which is more of a traditional food for us. And so it's a recipe that's been handed down for a long time. I think this is the recipe I use from a cookbook that I like too. So it's sort of a merging of 2 recipes, and I've taught my son how to do it. He always helps me with the turkey. These photos are actually from 2019. I don't have any Traveler's Notebooks for 2019 because I wasn't scrapbooking at that time. I took like 3 years, I think, off where I really didn't scrapbook very much. And I just came back to it in 2020. So anyway, these letters are thickers. This is the story. And then I just layered tags. These are also simple stories, I believe. A little bit of pattern paper. This one looks more like a traditional little scrapbook page with all the layers on it, but that's my style. The recipe is actually in this tag under here. And then lots of story and tiny little pictures. And then this was actually Thanksgiving Day, which it's miraculous I even have these 3 pictures. I host, and I never take pictures. This is at the end of the night when everyone's had gone home except for the kids. So at least it's something. I really have to get better at that. I haven't done it yet. I get so involved in getting all the food on the table that I just don't even have time to pick up the camera. It just adds to the stress. So here I used 2 pattern papers. This one's Felicity Jane. I love this pattern. I think the whole page was built around my love for this pattern, and I just found things to match it. This nice bold title is Kerri Bradford, and as is the subtitle, little story. And then these chipboard hearts, I get a lot of questions about the things that I use in Spanish. This is by Laura. I'll leave a link below. She's a scrapbook company out of Spain, and I love her style. And it just adds a little bit, again, of my heritage to my pages. This one is, about the staircase. So I always put these little pumpkins going up the stairs. I know it's just a nice welcome. This is the first kind of thing that you see when you walk into the house in the entry is a pretty big staircase. And that room seems to be very large. It has like really tall ceilings, and I'm always trying to warm it up. So this year I did a whole little row of pumpkins, and I just wrote how, I like that welcome sight. The Heart and Home is a Thickers. I think this was Jen Hatfield from a few years ago. This is Huepa. Huepa means like, what's the closest thing? Yahoo? I don't know. Something like that, but it's like sort of a party term. And this story is about my great aunt who turned 80 years old. She's in unbelievably great shape. The story is about how much I've missed my family since I haven't seen them all for 2020 and a lot of 2021. This was the first party that my husband and I went to, first big family gathering in November. And a little bit about that story, and she's unbelievable. So here is a stamp. I did the little 80 just to, go back to the story. These little hexagons, they're chipboard stickers. They're from Felicity Jane. I love those. I love how it adds just a tiny bit of texture and sort of underlines the photo. A little bit of layering. I like layering. So even though I'm using a traveler's notebook, I'm not going to give that up because it's such an inherent part of my style. And then a happy little piece of pattern paper. I think this is Cocoa Daisy. Yeah. This paper clip in here, there's some pages that I create that I'm not going to share. They're either something to do with the kids that I don't feel comfortable putting out there. It's too identifying. Or I also have my best, closest friend has no online presence whatsoever because of what her husband does for a job. And so anything to do with her and her kids and her husband, I don't photograph. I don't share that because I respect their privacy. Okay. This is actually on Thanksgiving night, playing a game of apples to apples. These two, I mean, they just get each other like no one else does. Like they'll crack up and we'll just look at them like it's not even that funny, but they just have a really great shared sense of humor. You could see my nephew's face and then the laughing, and then like he fell to the floor. So I wrote a little bit about that because it happens all the time. Like this nice bold patterned purple and yellow, and then I matched it up. This is Heidi Swap. I think these are Studio Calico. They came, or Alley, I'm not sure. And 2 little rows of story here. Next, this is also from Thanksgiving. This was at the end of the night. So I took a series of pictures at the end of the night, trying to, make up for the lack of pictures that I took. Never mind that my dad and everybody else that was here is not in any pictures, but what can you do? Missed opportunity. So this is the very posed picture that I had Nick take, and I love it. It's great. Everybody's smiling, everybody's looking. Mario, of course, is being, has bunny ears by my husband, but that's okay. It's a great picture. But the one that I liked the most was this picture because it's just so us. It's so in the moment. You know, Nick being his little smart aleck self, he knows that no one's posing and he's taking that picture on purpose. Mario's hysterically laughing at whatever Nick does and vice versa. My niece, I have no idea what that is, but she's gotten into the habit of doing this in pictures. I'm telling everybody to straighten up or directing in some way, as I usually am, mouth wide open, as I usually am. And my husband waving his hands around frantically as well. So I love this. And that's why I put picture perfect. And I made this one actually smaller because I wanted to draw more attention to this and story. This pocket, I love this pocket. This is from Coco Daisy from one of their kits. It's clear. I think once you fill it though, it lost, like you can't really see the shape anymore, which is why I layered these other two hearts that I'm hoping that that translates in the design. I think it does. To me, it does. This stamp is from Ellie Studio. And this comes on a sheet of a lot of great titles and headers, which I really love. And then this little clip is just a little paper clip. And then I added the gold flat sticker to it. They're sticky back gold brads. They're flat on the bottom. Love them. Those are from Hobby Lobby. And this one is, these are my scrapbooking friends. And we've been friends through scrapbooking for, I think, more than 20 years. So these girls have known me before I was a mom, before I was an aunt. And we were celebrating my friend's daughter's wedding, which we have also known her since she was a little kid. She was probably 10 years old when we first met her. And we all gathered for her wedding, which was really nice. And we got to do that in November. And I just used cool tones. This picture had a horrible orange glow to it because of the lighting that it was taken under. I matched the gray to the gray. I turned to black and white, and then yellow. I always love the combination of gray and yellow. I put little felt leaf. The wedding was, I believe, the weekend after Thanksgiving, so I wanted to tie some type of fall feel to it. So this is getting now to the end of November. Like most of the trees have now lost a lot of their leaves. And this is when we are filling up our birdhouse like every week because the birds are preparing for winter. And so that's what the story is. And just like they're preparing for winter, I'm out there every day preparing for winter, trying to load up on some sunshine and being in the outdoors. So super simple, just used a sticker, Feed Your Craft with the matching die cuts that came in that kit. And then the last page is my gratitude page. I love this sticker. This was, let me see if I can pull it up. I have it. Yikes. Knocked my light down. Sorry. And I'm not going to edit these videos because then I'll stop making them because they're too much work. So sorry about that. I apologize. So this is the sticker sheet. And I loved how this sticker sheet, I wonder if it's really glary, but the colors. And I just wanted to use one or two stickers from each color value. And that's what I did here. And what it was, the whole sticker sheet has things you can be grateful for. So I have my crazy family, my fur baby, strong coffee, a safe place to live, my craft room, creativity, happy memories, farmers markets, schools and teachers, absolutely. Quiet time, growth and perseverance, traveling, long hugs, for love and being loved. And these sayings are so great. And there were so many more to choose from, but these were perfect for me. And they go with this purple. I usually don't like purple, but I do like this gravy purple. And then just a picture of the three of us that was taken in November and a little date. Super simple, but I think it's a really great ending and it still tells story without lots of writing. And that's it. That was my November book. I actually think this is most of November. I think November also has a piece that it shares with my October book, and I'll do that flip through soon. Thanks so much for watching. Leave me any questions or comments below.